Are you a Tableau developer or aspiring data analyst? Ever found yourself in an interview facing unexpected questions that have nothing to do with your project? Stay tuned because in this tutorial we are going to reveal the secrets to tackle those curveball questions like pro. Hi, welcome to Guide Coachings. My name is Mosem Ali, and today we are going to discuss three important interview based questions which are related to your project. Okay, we'll show you how to ace inquiries about 6 months rolling sales, respond when you don't know the answer, and even master questions related to your project's nitty gritty details. But that's not all. If you are on a journey to become a data analyst, we have got something special for you. We offer a 3-month online course that's tailored for both degree holders, whether you come from a technical or a non-technical background. It's your gateway to master the world of data analysis and Tableau expert. Don't miss this opportunity to boost your interview skills and expand your data analysis capabilities. Let's dive into and ace those unexpected questions together. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video, you get notified. The second thing which I would like to highlight is I have a free demo classes on every Saturdays and Sundays. The link is into the description and the link will be active from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on every Saturday and Sunday. If you want to join, you can join the free demo classes between Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, let's quickly jump on to today's topic: how to answer questions on not related to the project. So in this tutorial we are going to discuss what are the topics which are not related to the project. Okay, so the first question for today it will be: how are you calculating 6 months rolling sales in your current project? So let's assume you have explained a project which does not holds any value of 6 months rolling sales. If you are working into a sales if you are working into a project where you are providing healthcare, or you are working in a healthcare domain project, and still the interviewer asks you that how you are calculating 6 months rolling sales in your current project. So the question is not related to your project, but how you will answer it, you will say, in my current project I am not tackling, or I am not dealing with the 6 months rolling sales, but yes, I know the answer, but I know how we can get the 6 months rolling sales. That is how you will divert or deviate the interviewer from the question or from the project, and then take him to the question, real question what he is asking. If you are working on a e-commerce domain project, and if the interviewer asks you how you are managing the patient details, so you can say that okay, I am currently working on an e-commerce domain project, but if you want to manage the patient's detail, we can do these steps. There are certain steps which we will be following. Okay, that is how you will be deviating, or taking to the real question to the interview. Now the first question for today is how you are calculating 6 months rolling sales. So if you have explained that I am working on currently e-commerce domain project, so there are certain steps. So when you are calculating 6 months rolling sales, the first step is, here we will be showing previous. So first step is to explain the question very well so that he gets the idea that what exactly you are going to do. Okay, so you will be mentioning that in this example, or in this problem, we will be going to take previous 6 months sales. So we will give him a assumption that okay, today's date, we will assume that today is 11th of November or 10th of November. So in current month we are in the November's month. Now if I want to calculate 6 months rolling, that is previous 6 months or previous 12 months, so I need to identify which month it is, and then on the basis of that I can do that. So for finding out the current month, I will use today function with date trunc. Okay, in date trunc I will put date trunc month and then today. Okay, today function will give me today's date, and then I will cut out the month from that particular date using date trunc, and I will use date trunc for calculating the overall sales for the months. For order date, how many order dates, whatever number of order dates you have, you will be counting the month off from it, then I will be using the second step is we will be using date diff function. Okay, how you will use it? Now I will take my order date, I will minus it with my current date, and I will get the difference. Now the difference, we will get huge difference, like we will get a difference of 0, that is for current month and the current order date. So today's current month and order date, which is equals to today's date, is equals to 0, and previous dates. So we will be getting n number of results, but we need to bound it. So how we will bound it? We will be bounding it on the basis of the question. If they are asking you for 6 months, so you will say that less than 6 or equals to 6, less than or equals to 6, and greater than equals to 0. Why 0? Because current month is equals to orders date, the difference would be 0. So we will take from 0 till the previous one. Okay, we will not going to the negative values, or we are not going to consider the values which are going above the 6 months or 12 months. Okay, that is how we are going to tell. Okay, now in this step we are going to say less than 600 less than 6 and greater than equals to 0. Okay, this is the main crux, or this is the calculated field which we are going to create for a 6 months rolling sales. Now once that is done, we will put this calculated field into our filters, and then we will filter the data and we will see the sales accordingly. Okay, now why I have explained you this? Because when you give an interview, the interviewer is not asking you to share your screen and then show it onto the visualization or onto the dashboard or onto the Tableau screen. They just want to check your logic, how logical you are and how you are solving that. So whenever you are facing this type of issue or this type of problem, you need to make sure you are solving it in your mind first. Okay, so first step first, that what you will do. So it starts with 6 months rolling sales. So you will take, how you will take the 6 months rolling sales? First of all, you need to know the current month. So how you will know the current month? Today date, today's function is there, which we can get the today's date. Now if you want to convert it into the month, you will use date trunk. Date trunk will give you current month. Now you will minus it out and do the calculations, which is shown onto the screen. That is how you will solve each and every problem. This is just a gist of it. You can do same for each and every problem which is given to you into the interview, and you need to solve step by step with explaining the process and explaining the outcomes. Okay, now here we have explained one question. Now we'll be moving quickly to our next question. We are now, this question is again very important, where the interviewer is asking you a question which is not related to you, or you don't have that skill which they are looking for. So in this situation, the question is, we are looking for a person who knows Python and Panda, or if they say we are looking for a person who have experience in Java, we are looking for someone who has experience on Redshift. So these types of questions you can answer like this, that I am a quick learner and I can learn Python or XYZ language very easily. I will be able to work on a new technology within the period of 3 months. I will do a self learning. It is not that you will provide me training and then I will learn. No, I'm a proactive learner. I will learn it by myself within the 3 months of the time. I will do it and I will complete it, and I can start working on it. Because the technology or the technical skill they are looking for might be some different which you don't have, you haven't worked on. But it is not like you need to be expert in that matter. You just need to understand few points, few concepts in it, and then you can start working. So from day one, if I'm not mistaken, you from day one you can understand and write down the codes, and write down the scripts in any language, if they are requiring it to be delivered in that language. Okay, then the third point which you will mention, that I am very much excited. Show your enthusiasm and excitement to the new technology or the new process which they are involving you in, where I am very much excited to work on the new technology. It will help me to learn more and grow technically. That is how you will answer to the question which is not related to your skills, but you can always show your interest and your enthusiasm to learn, to upgrade yourself. That is how you will tackle this question, and it will create a positive impact on the interviewer's mind that okay, this person does not know something, but he has a capability, he has some interest, so that he can learn. Maybe this will give a plus point to you and you will be selected for that particular interview. Now moving on to our next question for today, that is how to answer every questions relating to the project explained. Okay, whenever the interviewer is asking, you have, you know, when the interview starts, you introduce yourself, then you talk about your roles and responsibilities, and then they now ask you about the project. You explained all those things. Now they are asking you certain questions, so always keep that in mind. Whatever project you have explained, you need to relate that question to your project. Okay, if they ask you what are the KPIs, okay, what are the KPIs of your current project, so if you have explained a project which is related to e-commerce, then these are the KPIs which you will be mentioning. So the first is revenue. What is revenue? Revenue, total sales or revenue generated through the e-commerce platform. These are the KPIs on which KPIs are nothing but the key performance indicators, which is going to get the health of the business, how the business is growing and how business is working, and whether we should continue business doing business, or we should shut down the business. That is the key performance matrix or key performance indexes we need to consider. So the first thing, when we are, when you have explained an e-commerce project, you will mention that revenue is the topmost thing, topmost priority of a business. The second thing is conversion rate. What is the conversion rate? Total percentage of visitors who are coming and becoming as consumers. Okay, the third is average order value. What is AOV? What is your order average per customer? That is the average order value. Then the fourth KPI is customer acquisition cost. How much money you are spending to acquire a new customer. That is the using the cost to acquire new customer is like using making advertisements, billboards, print media and social media. We have a lot of channels through which we can promote our services and products, and then we can acquire new customers. So that is nothing but how much money we have invested and how many new customers we have gained. That is the customer acquisition cost. Okay, then customer lifetime value. How much value that customer is bringing, how much, for how long the customer is being with us. Like if we have started in the month of January 2015 and he is still with us, that is 7 to 8 years he is with us. So that type of value he is creating, and he is doing continuous business, so he is an asset for the business. Okay, now the next point or the next KPI you can mention is cart abandonment rate. Okay, in our previous video we have already discussed these points, so I'm not going to explain it. Okay, but just know that cart abandonment rate is nothing but when a customer buys something, add it into the cart and just leave it without completing the payment process. That is the cart abandonment rate. Okay, then the next point which we will be explaining, or you can take few KPIs from it, like 3 or 4, and then you can mention, that is also fine. Then we have return on investment. This is again very important KPI, which measures that how much money we have, how much capital we have invested, and what is the ROI, what is the return on investment we are getting. Okay, that is the ROI. Then website traffic, how many customers, how many visitors are coming to our website, and how many are purchasing. That is the website traffic. Then customer satisfaction, whenever a customer buys, he should be satisfied with the product or services which we are providing. That is the most important part of a business, to get a recurring customer. That is the crux of a business. Whenever customer is satisfied, he will go definitely and he will come again and again and again till the requirements are met. Or if he, he does not like the product, he will go and tell to 100 or at least 10 people that this product is not worth it, this company does not, give support, the product is worst, the services are worst, don't buy. So he will become a, negative publicity he will create. If he is a satisfied customer, he will give a good feedback about our services and products. So that is why the customer satisfaction is again very important KPI. Now if you have explained a project which is related to healthcare domain, so in healthcare there are certain different KPIs which are going to be involved. So we'll see few, and you can remember few out of them, and you can explain. No need to explain each and every one, just whatever feels right to you, just accept them and ignore the rest. Okay, so the first is resource utilization. When we call a resource utilization in a business or in a healthcare domain, we have utilization of medical equipments, operating rooms, others resources can help optimize resource allocation and reduce cost. This is the first thing, that is how we are utilizing our resources. Are we utilizing our um, staff? Are we utilizing our OTs, operation theaters? Are we utilizing our equipments which we bought? So that type of comparison we do for a healthcare domain projects. Then the second KPI which is important for a healthcare domain project is patient satisfaction. This is again a very important and very crucial part of a healthcare domain where we are providing services. So HCAHPS, that is hospital consumer assessment of healthcare providers and systems. Remember this, because if you are going to explain a project on the healthcare domain, this is again going to be a very important KPI. Okay, HCAHPS scores can provide insights into patient satisfaction with their hospital experience. Now average length of stay, LOALOS, average length of stay, how much time the patient is staying into our hospital or staying into the clinic. On the basis of that, shorter stays can signify efficient care. So if the customer is staying for a longer time, that means our services are not good, there is something bad, we need to take care of it. If we take care of that, the customers, the patients who are going to recover faster, they will go and do a positive publicity. So that is why this L average length of stay is important again, KPI. Then the bed occupancy rate. So let's assume we have 100 beds and in one hospital, and we have thousands of hospitals. So how we are going to manage that? How many beds are occupied, how many are vacant, how many patients are waiting? So all these types of calculations can be done using bed occupancy rate. Okay, that how much this KPI visualize how well hospital beds are utilized, which is essential to capacity planning and resource allocation. So again, this is part of a business where if we are allocating some resources, is it going to be utilized properly or not? The full utilization of the resources has to be in the business, so to gain the maximum profit. That is the main agenda of a business. Then after bed occupancy, we have infection rate. So if visualization, I remember clearly when I was talking to a friend who's a doctor, and he was saying that in hospitals the most of the thing is infection rates. So if a doctor is visiting to a patient, he is infected and he is going to visit other 5 more patients, so there are prone chances that those 5 patients who are not infected by that virus will be become infected because of the host of the doctor. Okay, because doctor is the host for that virus to be spread out. So that infection rate visualization, rates for healthcare associated infection, is again very important KPI. Now next is patient wait times. How much time how much average time they are waiting into the queue for to be diagnosed or to be to provided by the medical facilities. Then readmission rate, how many customers, how many patients. Now we don't call them customers because they are patients, so we'll call them patients. Okay, what is the patient's rate, you know after a short discharge, can help identify areas to improve in the patient's care and follow up. If the readmission rate is high, if they are coming again and again, that means there is something wrong in our services where we need to you know put our attention to and rectify that, so that our rate no readmission rate should be coming down. Because see, we ultimately are making, if the customer, if the patient comes again and again to our facility, we are going to generate a lot of profit. But that is not the purpose of a healthcare domain business. They just want to provide help and services to the 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 society, so that there are not a readmission rate should be higher, it should be lower ideally. Okay, so that is again a KPI where the businesses pay attention to. Because ultimately, if they are coming again and again, they will be going to suffer from the disease very for a longer time, and it will not give us a reward that okay, these hospitals are very good enough, they are not going to cure that type of disease. That is a negative publicity it will create. Okay, then mortality rate, how many patients are dying. Okay, tracking the mortality rate within the hospital can help access the quality of care and patient outcome. Okay, so when we 100 patients are admitted, and out of those hundreds 20 died, so we have a 20% of mortality ratio. So we need to grade it down. Mortality rate has to came down, because if people are admitting into our hospital and they are dying, nobody wants to come to that type of hospital. So mortality rate should be down. Okay, then the next important KPI is staffing levels. Okay, monitoring the staff ratio to patients can be provide insights into adequately healthcare personnel for patients care. Okay, now assume we have 100 beds, we have 100 patients, and we have 50 doctors, we have 100 nurses. So what will happen in this case? Okay, every doctor will see two patients in a day, and we can manage that. But if we reduce the ratio of 50 doctors to 25, so now each patient will have one nurse, and four patients will have only one doctor. So this is again going to be off balance, or it will create a discrepancy of the doctors availability. So to manage that, the ratio has to be maintained, and it has to be done with staffing level. So this KPI will help us to understand that how many patients per patient, how many doctors we need, or how many uh, patients a doctor can handle. That is the KPI. Okay, then the next one is revenue and cost. This revenue and cost comes at the bottom, because the healthcare domain project does not do it for money, they do it for providing the services, okay, to the uh, humanity. Okay, now revenue and cost, monitoring hospital revenues and operational cost, as well as visualizing financial KPIs is essential for accessing hospital financial health. Okay, now their prime focus is to provide services to the humanity. They don't work for money, but ultimately down the line they has to have some financial management, where they can pay to their doctors, where they can pay their electricity bill, their utility bills, where they can pay to the staffs, where they can do all type of management without without money, or without taking the fees or admission fees or consultation fees, they will not be able to run that particular organization. So revenue, yes, revenue and cost is also a very important KPI. Now the last KPI for the healthcare domain is patient demographies. Okay, now here we can bifurcate patients by their age, by their gender, by their localization, and we can get the insights that how many patients are suffering from this type of disease, or a particular age group patients are suffering from this type of disease, or uh, like in particular this region or this location most of the patients are found with this type of disease. These types of answers or the queries we can find out using these KPIs, and that is why the KPIs are the backbone of any business. And when a question is asked related to the KPIs or any project related question, you can answer these types of questions. Okay, now that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions, any queries, any doubts, you can write me a comment and we'll be discussing it into our live classes. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you.